Hello, I'm Helen Clayton, the Managing Partner at PM&M, and I'm delighted to welcome Gill Boyle from Handelsbanken to the next edition of our podcast, Lead, Learn and Grow. Welcome, Gill.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. So your career in banking, give us a bit of a potted history.
Well, I've been in banking now for 20 years plus, and I fell into it really, if I'm honest. I didn't look at the sector and thought, oh, I really fancy that. That's the job for me. I was working in the travel industry.
Okay.
And I got pregnant with my first child, Benji, and I was on maternity leave. And at the time, it was when everybody went into travel agencies to book holidays. Nobody really did things online back then. And I worked every Saturday, every Sunday. And my husband worked Monday to Friday.
Oh.
So it just didn't feel right for new family life. I mean, it would have been great for childcare, but we would have never had any time together. So one day I headed into town with the pram, armed with CVs, and went in every recruitment agency.
Wow.
Kind of said, this is my skill set, here's my CV, help find me a job. A few days later I got a call and they said, what about Barclays Bank? And I was like, well, I need a job and maybe I'll start, and if I don't like it, then I can move on. So I went for an interview, they offered me the job, and kind of that's where it all started. It was honestly a massive culture shock, because in a travel agency, everybody is excited coming in. So they're either booking a holiday or they are paying money off the holiday, getting the currency, picking up tickets, and then banking is, well, maybe not as exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it is for some, for us. But yes, it was a huge culture shock. And I think what I've realised over time is actually it's all about people. So in the travel agency, you might be asking questions, where have you been before? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? What's important on that holiday? Is it things for the kids? Is it adult only? Do you want all inclusive? And there's a lot of fact finding in to work out who does what and who wants what, should I say, apologies. And in banking, you're doing something really similar. It's all about people. It's all about asking questions, understanding them, what makes them tick, where they're trying to get to, what's the end goal, what happens when you retire, how much cash do you need for that. So I think what I've realised is actually, even though I fell into banking, there are similarities. It's all about people. So yeah, I think it's probably over the last 20 years, it's the people that have kept me where I am.
And is that why, I guess, that choice around personal banking, is that what drove that? So you're actually getting with the individuals and their personal lives?
Yeah, I think with personal banking, you do get more into the nitty gritty of them as individuals. So you'll still get all the intricate detail about their business and what they're trying to do. But I think individually they become your friends.
Yeah.
So I've been really lucky to look after some incredible people locally, and they do become your friends, you know, and you watch them from either getting married, having children, starting up businesses, taking the businesses to floating on the stock market or selling, and their lives changing completely, and you almost get to be part of that journey, which is incredible. It really is.
I was just about to use that word, incredible.
Yeah.
And it is very kind of, you feel fortunate to sort of witness and be part of that story, don't you?
Yeah, it honestly is great. It's I feel really privileged to be part of that.
Yeah, that's a good word, a good word. So deputy branch manager, what did that promotion mean to you?
Do you know, I was thinking about this before I came, and I love that team. I think they're a wonderful group of people, and I'd worked in the team for 8 years prior to applying for the role, and when I was successful, it did come with a few outside comments like, oh, what's it going to be like stepping up in your own team? It's not going to be easy. But I think actually they've made it really easy for me, which is great. And like I say, they are a great group of people. I love the East Lancashire patch. I've worked on this patch doing private banking now for 20 years. And I think we've got a really special business community and some great people in there. And I think what's been really important to me, and probably a decision that I made, is that, and I've heard a couple of people talk about this on your podcast, and I couldn't agree more with it, is that when you bring your true authentic self to work, you build great relationships. So I think stepping into the role where people were a bit like, oh, what's it going to be like for you stepping up in your own team? Actually, because they know me so well already, we'd kind of done the first bit and we know how each other works. So yeah, it's been great. I've loved every minute.
So you felt ready for it?
Yeah.
And I guess, what's your leadership style in that role?
I think I am a developer. I am definitely a people person. I think it's really important to me to understand an individual and their personality type and how they want to be communicated with. I think it's really important to understand different generations, because different generations potentially want different things from us as a leader. I think I'm a relationship builder and I'm a cheerleader. I'm a cheerleader of people. I love to see people do well, whether that's in the team, whether it's customers. So to be alongside them, supporting, developing, or just literally clapping on the sidelines, that's where you'll find me. I'm definitely a cheerleader.
That's amazing. So our last guest left you a question, and I think you've just answered it.
All right.
And the question is, what's your why?
Oh, see, I love this. So I definitely know my why. It's something that I've worked on. And I remember when I first applied for Handelsbanken, my why was in the first line of my CV. And I remember the HR team saying to me, we have never seen that before.
Yeah.
So my why, my purpose is to be a great mum, to be a great wife, to be a great daughter, sister, but also to be great at what I do.
Yeah.
That's really important to me.
Yeah. What drove you to put that in the first line of your CV back then?
So I read the book Simon Sinek, Starts With Why, and honestly, I think it's become a mantra of my life.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated by people's why, and I think, just as an example, there's a reason why we're all sat in this room today, and I don't mean that because you kindly invited me along. I mean, deep down inside, there's a why that drives us all. So there's a reason why you're in the position, why you've made the decisions that you've made that ultimately led you to be a managing partner here at PM&M. And I think when you tap into somebody's why, you can build a brilliant relationship and unpick some really special things.
Yeah.
And that's when you can really support people.
I hugely resonate with that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I love it. It's my favourite book.
Yeah.
My favourite book.
Yeah. There's another book that I like, which is all about authenticity as well.
Right.
And if you've not read it, I'll
please.
lend it to you.
I'd love to.
That deeply resonated with me as well. Actually, bring yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can't argue with yourself, and nobody else can argue with yourself, because you are you.
Yes. And
I
think
you.
Yeah, and people see that you're giving your true authentic self. It helps you encourage others as a leader to go, tell me why, what are you trying to get to? And I think when people share that with you, that's when you can really take them on a journey.
Yeah.
And it's not always comfortable, of course, but I think we learn the most when we're uncomfortable. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Sinek.
So throughout your journey then, you don't need to name them, but your own mentors, role models.
So Simon Sinek is one. So they're like people that I don't know. There's a couple of podcast hosts who I really look up to and I love to listen to them. And then people that I do know. So a lady called Michaela, she won't mind me mentioning her name. She really introduced me to the world of self-development.
Okay.
And she taught me about emotional intelligence. She taught me how to read a room without nobody saying anything, how to know what's going on. She taught me the art of feedback, and not just necessarily delivering it, but also receiving it and how to take it. So she's been a massive influence on me. I think my husband is the best sounding board that I could ask for. He's an engineer, he's really methodical, he's really logic. So he can take me from here to here, like with a look and a couple of words, so he's really influential on me. I think Rich, who's my line manager at the minute, gives me the freedom to be me. Brilliant. He trusts me. We're very different in our leadership styles, and I think that works well for the team. But he trusts me, he just says, go out and do it. Which is great, and I thrive in that environment. And then the other person who I never really mention, not that I get asked this question a lot, but the other person that I've only just recently realised is a real role model to me is my mum. And my mum has taught me strength, resilience and positivity. Like when life gives my mum lemons, she makes lemonade. She is a truly incredible woman, and I'm really proud to be her daughter. She's tough.
Yeah.
She's really resilient. So yeah, she's definitely a big role model for me.
Wow. Isn't it funny how we go through early years and we don't think about role models, and then as we get into our teens we maybe start to think about them a bit more, or I'd like to be about, like them, or I can see why they're doing well and I aspire for that, and it's kind of that inner challenge starts to develop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then the more role models that are around you, but actually people are there from day one, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's only later in life when we reflect and we realise.
Yeah, it's funny. It's as much as I don't want this to sound rude, but I'm not sure we always look to our parents. I think we're always looking for an outside influence because they're just always there. And it was only when I was thinking about this for today, and I thought, do you know what? She's actually a massive influence on me without realising, and I don't think she'll realise either. But yeah, it's that's really special. I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. So relationship led is the banking and where you come from. How do you instill that through the team and new people joining the team, more importantly, so that relationship-led focus is seamless and continues?
So Handelsbanken, we are, of course, a relationship bank, and we know lots about our customers. And I think when you join the bank, the culture is so strong that you naturally just kind of fall into that.
Okay.
It's we're really selective when we're recruiting, so you don't just apply for a job and the job's yours the next day. It's a bit of a process. So you will meet with different people in the bank. It's really important that the bank get the right people, because we want a long-term relationship with our staff as well. So you might meet 5, 6, 7 different branches before you join, because it's really important that you understand the culture. So yeah, as soon as you join, it's like joining a family. I know that sounds a little bit cheesy, but customers have said that to us in the past. We feel like we've almost joined a family, and we're all really close. Each branch is run as its own business, and we create an environment where Rich and I as leaders don't take away decision making from people. If anything, we create an environment of trust. Each account manager's got their own lending discretion. So we create that environment where you're trusted, you're empowered, you've got the autonomy to make decisions, and you're supported and developed by the leaders. So yeah, it's very different to a high street bank. But yeah, we're really passionate. I think when you join Handelsbanken, you become a Handelsbanker very quickly. It's soon kind of instilled into you that the customer's at the heart of everything that we do. The other thing that we don't do is we don't pay bonuses, and we don't have central targets. We believe that then creates the right behaviours. We're not clouded in any way. So when we make decisions, we make them right for the customer. The customer's at the heart of what we do.
You mentioned feedback earlier and coping with receiving feedback and giving. How do you check in on yourself and your personal impact?
So I had a really bad experience with feedback that I'm happy to share. I've made peace with it now. So I'm happy to share it, and I think that's then that's a real motivator for me to keep involved and understanding what's going on with me. So it's way back in my travel agency days. I was about 19, 20. I had a really positive trajectory through travel, and I was assistant manager in a store. Very quickly got my own store, a small team. I then got moved to a bigger team, and one day a couple of the girls asked if they could have a chat with me, and they gave me some feedback, and oh gosh, I felt it. I took it really personally, and actually it wasn't so much what they were feeding back, that was really trivial. It's just how it made me feel in that moment, and I don't think I had the right people around me developing me. I didn't understand the art of feedback. I didn't know how to receive feedback. And honestly, it haunted me for years. It held me back for sure. And I think it was only as I started in banking and met Michaela and started on a real self-development journey that I learnt the art of self-awareness. It's very rarely that if someone gives me feedback that I don't already know it. I already know it. You don't have to say it to me. I've already critiqued myself. So I'm really cool with feedback. I welcome it. I try and keep really self-aware. That's really important to me. It's a real motivator, and I've made peace with that feedback now. But I think the other thing it does as well is it's driven me to understand how important preparation is when you're giving feedback or when you're delivering a difficult decision, whether that's to a team, whether it's to a customer. It's really important to think about how they're going to feel in that moment when I deliver it, to make sure that you deliver it in the right way. So yeah, I am really self-aware. If Rich ever says to me, oh, I'm just thinking, I'm like, you don't need to say it. I already know. I know what you're going to say. So yeah, it's kind of driven me to be very self-aware.
Yeah, but equally the power of that relationship between you and Rich and kind of understanding each other. Yeah, different styles, different backgrounds, different ways of getting to where you've got to.
Yeah, it's really good. We trust each other. Yes. I'm really open and honest with him, and he is with me. So if there is anything like, oh, that didn't quite land well, there's absolutely no issue in just saying, I'm not sure, maybe we need to do that differently next time. So yeah, it works. We trust each other, which is great.
Trust is huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what does the future hold?
Oh gosh, who knows? I mean, the last 12 months since taking the job on has flown by and I've loved every minute. But who knows? I love the team. I love working on this patch. I love it. I probably could have applied for jobs sooner, but I just always wanted Blackburn. I always wanted that branch. So who knows?
World's your oyster.
Well, we'll see.
Would you mind leaving our next guest a question? Please.
Yes, of course.
Don't tell me what it is.
All right.
Let's keep the element of surprise. Thank you.
All right. I won't tell you what it is. Oh gosh, feel under pressure now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Gill, I absolutely admire the personal journey that you've been on in terms of your own development, and I think for any budding leader or existing leader out there who hasn't invested that much, I'm sure you would say just get stuck in. Yeah,
get stuck in, stay curious and be on your own journey. You don't have to do it the traditional way. You don't have to go up the ladder. You can move around and just throw yourself into it, be authentic and be curious.
Fantastic. Gill, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.